Is your insurance renewal coming up? Are you trying to get the best pricing, keep your costs low for that insurance renewal? We're going to explain exactly how you do that right now. Hi, Ryan Hanley here, founder and president of Rogue Risk, where we do insurance differently, specifically by giving you knowledge and information to make the right insurance decision. If you enjoy this video, please do a big favor if you're watching on YouTube and tap that like button. That just helps other business professionals, business leaders, business owners like yourself find this video. Okay, so after you purchase insurance for the first time, the next year and then every other year after that is what's called the insurance renewal process. You probably already know that, but if you don't, there you go. Okay, so when it comes to an insurance renewal, there's a couple key things to understand. Your insurance agent and the insurance carrier itself most likely will not release new pricing anytime before, say, 90 days before the renewal. Oftentimes, it's within the last 30 days that the pricing actually comes out. But some carriers, sometimes, depending on the size of your business, the carrier, the type of business, how hard it is to underwrite, it could be 90 days out, you could get that pricing renewal. So one thing to understand is it is a very fluid and dynamic in terms of when the actual renewal pricing and renewal terms for your account is going to come in. So there's no hard and fast rule. In some cases, I've had carriers not release pricing even days before the actual renewal, which is incredibly annoying. It's very difficult for insurance agents to be great value providers to you, our insureds, when carriers do that to us. So one thing that's very important is to work with an insurance agent that communicates with you and to communicate with your insurance agent and to understand that while some agents and some agencies definitely drop the ball on not communicating renewal pricing when it comes out, a lot of times it has to do with the agent just simply hasn't got that pricing yet. It's not that they don't want to work with you or are being lethargic or being negligent. They just often don't have that pricing. So I just want to be, and this goes for all my brothers and sisters in the insurance industry, not just Rogue Risk. This does happen. It's unfortunately not a uniform process. That being said, things that we can think about to keep our renewal pricing low, right? Because we every year seemingly pricing goes up. That's not always the case. But one thing that we want to think about is, especially right now, we're currently in a hard market. It's 2023. This should be the case for the next few years. A hard market means prices across the board in general are going up. This has to do with a few different factors. One, the economy. Two, judgments on claims are going up. And every time someone gets paid out an incredibly large or disproportionately large sum of money for a loss, that gets spread out through all the other risks. So, if you're kind of one of those, screw the insurance company type businesses where, I hope they, people who have issues get everything they need out of that insurance company, just understand that when you purchase insurance, you're pooling risk, which means that when one person has a really bad claim, that does to a certain extent simmer out over all risks. And being that states, particularly more left-leaning states, are creating higher and higher payouts to claimants, you're seeing insurance premiums rise. So how do we keep that down? First, keep your losses down. Make sure that the losses on your business insurance policy match actuals. Make sure there's no duplicates. So sometimes a claim will get filed and it'll get filed twice. That'll ping you twice. Make sure that the actual amount paid matches what the actual payment of a loss was if you had during the year, if you didn't have a loss, right? And you see somewhere between a 0 to 10% increase in your premiums year over year, probably makes sense to stay with the carrier that you're with. If you're seeing something more than 10%, then you may want to shop. There may be a carrier who can limit the amount of an increase that you have, and you should lean on your insurance professional. That shopping your insurance every year is not the answer. And no, it seems counterintuitive. I know what you're saying to yourself is, Ryan, you just don't want to do that work. I've heard that before. That is not the case. Carriers do value loyalty to a certain extent. Now, there is a kind of statute of limitations there. There's a certain extent where being loyal to your carrier does not pay off to you as an insured. So I'm not just saying be blindly loyal to your insurance carrier, but having some level of loyalty, having some level of commitment to that carrier, sticking with them when you do not see major increases year over year, or if coverage doesn't change year over year, that type of loyalty will pay off. It allows you to ask favors. It allows you to ask for additional coverages. It allows you to ask for discounts and pricing reductions when necessary. And if you haven't been with a carrier for more than a few years, that carrier is not going to consider those things. So having some level of loyalty, making sure that we're not just jumping to jump, making sure that our losses are accurate, and looking for discounts in the policies, things like running a drug-free workplace, things like which there are some nuances to that. That is not just like a uniform statement. Making sure that we're following certain safety protocols, making sure that we, if we can, package all our commercial insurance with one carrier. Not always a possibility, but if it is, packaging helps keep that renewal low as well. So these are just a few of the things. These are all the, not all the things. These are a few of the things that we think about every year with every renewal here at Rogue. If this is the kind of relationship that you'd like to have with your insurance professional, we would love to work with you. There's 2 ways to get started. If you like to kind of get a quote yourself, kind of DIY method, you can click a button below that says do it yourself quote and start that way. Or if you'd like to work with one of our agents, which is what I ultimately prefer, there's no cost difference. It's just whatever you prefer, doing it yourself or working with an agent. If you work with an agent, they're going to guide you through the process and make you get or help you get to the place that works best for you from a coverage and competitive pricing standpoint. You can also give us a call, 518-960-6600, whichever way you choose. We look forward to working with you.